Welcome back, Corps and Runners, and welcome to the second half of the first feature match of the 2015 Android Netrunner Regionals Tournament in Cubao Expo. Coming hot off the heels of the first game, we now have Kevin running as Kate versus Nichol's Gagarin Deep Space deck. Now, me and Nichol have talked about this deck a lot. It's his baby, and I'm really excited to see what he's done with it since the last time I saw it in action. When we were playtesting it, this deck had a bunch of funky cards like Hostile Infrastructure and Encryption Protocols, and now I'm really interested in seeing what he's done with it since then. We've got both layers shuffling up. It looks like Kate is taking a mulligan, and Gagarin happy with their hand. Now I really like Gagarin's remote game, and I wonder just how horizontal Nichol has gone with this. We will have Nichol starting off by playing a hedge fund, I guess. Oh yeah, right, look at that. Now he's icing up probably central servers, or maybe building remotes. See what he does. Ices up centrals. It looks like Kevin starting off strong as well with Symmetrical Visage. Baby draw. Considering what to install. He installs a data sucker. Start loading those counters early. Starts running. Looks like he just draws again. Now, Symmetrical Visage is just a solid card from the first half of the Sansan cycle. It's something that's been showing up in so many decks everywhere, especially in this tournament. It's like the most common card that was present in the tournament. Now we've got Nichol starting off with the Gagarin remote game. Now really like this as well. You get to build remote servers, and your opponent has to pay 1 credit every time he wants to see what's in that remote. He taxes them out. Sometimes you end up not having enough money to trash it anyway. Eventually you just start leaving the remotes. I wonder if Nichol has started to score agendas naked. It's not something that's commonly a part of his game. Then again, you really have to be a Jinteki player to appreciate the power of scoring stuff naked. Kevin, for his turn, installs self-modifying code and checks the first remote, Season Executive Bootcamp. Card that lets you fetch more assets and go even more horizontal with Gagarin Deep Space. Checks the other remote and pays 1 again. Sees Capital Investors. Well, this is a new card also from Sansan Cycle. I'm not really sure how good it is yet. Mostly because I feel like you have to ice it up just like Nichol does, just to have it working. I really do like the possibility of it in Gagarin because it essentially costs 3 credits to trash it. Nichol credits up, passes the turn back to the runner. Kevin starts off in another baby draw. The baby's going to earn you maybe 10 credits a game. Such a wonderful card. I can't stop speaking good things about it. And we start off running centrals with what looks like a changeling. If I'm not mistaken, that card is a barrier. 5 to res, 4 strength, transforms into a sentry. It's moderately hard to deal with when it's a sentry. Kevin checks HQ and Nichol reses the ice in front of it again. It's a firewall. It's fat ice in the way of the central servers. I really like those fat ice. Can't parasite them as easily as the smaller Wayland barriers like Icewall. Although that new barrier from Sansan, Miromati, is really strong when you place it in front of HQ. Kevin discards a clot, which looks to be useless this game. And we've got Nichol showing the power of capital investors, crediting up 3 times, almost like a melange. Baby's up again. May have to stop saying baby's up. It's gonna be a while, it looks like. We get a quality time from the runner. Drawing to 5 cards. Looks like he found his first prepaid voice pad. Installs it. This card's really good. The index that look to abuse it. Apart from between baby and prepaid voice pad, you have so much economy. When you're running Kate, you have even more economy. So wonderful. Looks like he's off to a slow start. Stuck with 3 credits, while Wayland does as Wayland does and is floating quite a bit. Looks like it's in the double digits. I can't really read it. Because most of the players in our meta are credit stackers on their ID. It's just something you develop a habit for, I suppose. Nichol is starting to draw up. This is a prime opportunity to just play down 3 remotes, hide an agenda there, ask him, do you want to lose all your money checking my remotes, seeing if there's an agenda there, or are you going to spend your turn setting up? But you know, with Symmetrical Visage, your first click is always the baby draw. It's really good. I love it. Gets off a sure gamble. I wonder what else he's gonna do. Can start digging or fetching breakers with the SMC, since both of those things are barriers. Although our changeling here can become a sentry, which again presents a really unique problem to solve, because it's a 4-strength sentry. You just can't walk through it, unlike other stuff that you can just mimic through. Here we go, another iced remote. I love it. Because now you have to pay the tax to get through the remote, and pay another credit to see what's in there, and you have no idea what it is and if it's even worth it, especially right now when you're at 9 credits because of baby. You miss the one you want to hit. Wonder what that is. Got Kate continuing to dig with diesels, moneying up some more with sure gamble. Now if I was sitting across Gagarin with this board, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna go around checking remotes. If it was me, I would focus my attention on the central server. So you get a Caduceus res on the remote. It looks like he's going to fetch out a Mimic to deal with the Caduceus. Mimic, one of the most, I don't know how you say, but I really believe that this card was a little bit imbalanced when they started out, since it's a core set card and it's never really left the competitive scene because it just breaks sentries like nobody's business, assuming it's at 3 strength or less. And now he's deliberating whether or not he trashes this Jackson he just accessed in the remote. He likes to leave it there and place another clone chip. Now I think he should have paid for that clone chip because he installed a Mimic with a Kate discount. I wasn't able to follow the credit track. No, Nichol double ices his R&D and starts digging with Jackson. Again, it's a prime time to start trying to score agendas. I wonder if he's looking for ice to protect it. It looks like he's not really comfortable with just installing 3 cards, saying go check them all. Kevin looking to destroy capital investors. It's been a really good money source for Nichol the whole game. He's got clone chips to get through whatever ice that is. Nichol lets it through. At this point, it's worth just letting the runner pay for it because it's already made so much money for him. And there's a 3rd clone chip. Wow. You can fit your entire breaker suite with that. You've got SMC and 3 clone chips. Oh, Kevin tosses a Plascrete. Looks like he's confident that Nichol's actually running a Glacier E kind of deck. And Nichol plays paywall implementation. Again, Gagarin deep space, taxing remotes, and now you've got even more money. It's going to build up the credit differential that Gagarin deep space's horizontal game promotes. I really like paywall implementation in this deck, and I'm pretty sure most people who've tried Gagarin agree. Although it's not really a lot of people, because when you're Wayland and you're moneying up, I'd much rather have Blue Sun or even the core ID with you. It's just much easier to money up with those cards. And you're not tempted to build more than a single fat remote. So we've got an SMC install from Kevin's. Thinking about what to do. Do you just money up though when you're this behind on credits, but you've got basically everything you need to get into remotes? Do you just sit back and money up? Try to dig for economy, or do you fetch the barrier breaker? Probably a corroder in this deck. Run when you can, make some money when you can't. Although it might be a good idea to sit around because paywall implementation is going to increase the credit differential even more. But you threw away your Plascrete, so that means you're no longer scared of the possibility of scorched earth. So I don't know why you're trying to watch the credit differential. It looks like Nichol is drawing up and installed the new remote. No ice. I wonder if Kevin's going to check this though. I would if it was me. So I'm already there. I've already spent a lot of credit checking stuff. Maybe the corporation's getting a little confident, feeling I won't check this remote. And here we go. We've got prepaid voice pad doing a lot of work now. That baby's been making so much money in this game, as it's wont to do in all games, where you find baby really early. Really like this card. I can't say enough about it. It's one of the best utility cards out of the Sansan cycle. That looks like Kevin's debating whether or not to install this card. And there he goes. Dirty laundries into archives, forcing the Jackson use. Although he does get 5 credits, which is not bad, but prepaid Kate's really infamous for generating credits out of thin air, so now I think we're seeing the runner sort of catching up to Gagarin's credit count. I count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think that's a 5. That's at 16 credits. Although we do have a stack of 5s over here on Nichol's side. which we add 4 more with the hedge fund. Wonder what that remote is. He didn't res it, so it's probably not a money asset. I wonder what that is. Oh, it's a second Jackson. Still digging. I'm not sure what agendas are in Gagarin Deep Space. There are builds that use government takeover, fetch it with fast track, and they try to score an early Glen station and leave that agenda floating in space. And there are builds that have a bunch of agendas that get lost in a sea of remote servers. I'm not really sure what kind of Gagarin Nichol is packing now, since I'm not seeing the encryption protocols and the hostile infrastructures. I haven't even seen a hostile takeover from Nichol, which is an interesting exclude from Wayland. Now we've got Kate moneying up with Lucky Find. Looks like he's going for a Maker's Eye run. And he does have the way to fetch a barrier breaker. And Nichol rests what looks like another changeling. It looks like Wendigo from where I'm looking. And now Wendigo is a really nice taxing code gate. It stops you from using a program for the rest of the run, which means it's essentially another gear check. I like the choice of ice in this deck. It's got weird ice that you can't really account for, and ice that can transform types, asking the runner to build his rig before he starts running. There's an upgrade on R&D. I'm guessing that's a Crisium grid. What else could it be out of Wayland, really? Although the only influence we've seen at this point is a couple of Jacksons, so we don't know what else is in this deck. I'm really excited. I want to see what else is hiding. It looks like Kevin is considering whether or not to pop his levy. He's looking at his heap. What options does he have? It's like he's holding a legwork and a Lucky Find. And you can get through that firewall easy. He likes to run archives first, forcing the Jackson use again, which is fine. It's better than going for the Jackson. Especially in this deck, you have to pay an additional credit just to access Jackson. Got the corp shuffling those cards back in, as Jackson is known for. Now, do you legwork? Because that HQ is really tempting to get through. If your barrier breaker is a corroder, it only takes 4 credits to get in. You get to see 3 cards. I would use the legwork here if it was me. Looks like Kevin money's up some more. Believe he's still in range of C-Source, assuming Nichol runs C-Source. Oh, there we go. There's the legwork. I agree with this play. And it's a lady. Much cheaper to break. It's like 1 to match and a lady counter to break through. Here comes the legwork. Let's see what's in Nichol's hand. I wonder if there are any agendas there. We haven't been seeing. Oh, we see a Crisium grid, another firewall, and paywall implementation. It's a sad legwork. And he trashes Crisium grid, which is not that bad to play. So it affects your legworks, it affects your maker's eyes. And Nichol fetches an asset with executive bootcamp. Let's see what he looks for. I have no clue what else is in this deck. Which in my opinion is one of the benefits of going rogue in Netrunner. Oh, it's an IT department. Wow. That's where we're going with this. Once that card starts winding up, you're never getting in. Unless you've got David, you know. I wonder if you're going to drag this out. This looks like a really long match. We're going to glacier up. Here we go, we're starting the wind up. We got 2 counters on IT department. That was a card I was so excited for when we first saw it in the lunar cycle. Eventually just faded into me devolving to making rush decks. I do want to revisit in the future though. It looks like Nico's already started. Here we go with an indexing run. Oh, this is interesting. Kevin installs a cyber cipher. Wow. This is going to be a really cheap server to break. It's like 2 credits and a lady counter to get through. Here we go. Paywall implementation credits. Not doing as much work as usual. Oh, there's an Ash. Wow, this deck is so taxing. Looks like he went that route. You got Weird Eyes, you've got Ash, you've got IT department. That was really draining the runner of credits, especially since your remotes also drain credits again. One of the funkier Wayland IDs. I just love seeing builds like this. It's out of the box. And of course Ash gets trashed. Let's see what else. Kevin tries to do. Looks like why are they pausing? Oh, it looks like another run on R&D. Again with those cheap credits to draw. 3 cards. There's the first agenda of the game. It looks like a Utopia shard. Looks like a Utopia shard. Another taxing agenda once you score it. Here we go. Let's see how Nichol responds to losing the first agenda of the game. Draws for this first click. Oh, there's a sea source. Oh my god, it's a Scorch deck. And it looks like he has just enough money to put a tag on Kevin, who ended his turn with less than 4 cards in hand, it looks like. Yeah. There's a Scorch. He's gonna get burned. There it is. Wonderful, wonderful game. I can't believe we didn't see any hints of Scorch at all in this game. Wow, really nice. Really nice play. Really interesting deck.